Hey y'all, welcome to a Friday's R4U on Uncle Bubba's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. And what I've got for you today is another revisit. I don't think I've done this brew before. I'll have to go back and look. Y'all, I got more than 1,000 videos up there on YouTube of different beers I reviewed. All these and all the cans and stuff. It's all around this room and boxes. I've got bottles and cans and all kinds of stuff boxed up. Just beers that I reviewed. So I have a hard time remembering sometimes if I've reviewed a beer or not. What I've got for you today is something from the Goose Island Beer Company. Goose Island Beer Company is out of Chicago, Illinois. I mean, when you're thinking about beer, Chicago, Illinois doesn't really come to mind immediately. It's more like Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and St. Louis, Missouri is what, in Belgium is, what comes to my mind when I'm talking about different beers. But this is a Goose Island Beer Company, Chicago, Illinois. This is an Imperial India Pale Ale with natural flavors. It contains wheat and is a 9.9% ABV. And what I've got for you today is full of sunshine and tropical sweetness. It is a big juicy beer hug. Big juicy beer hug. Now, I've had the tropical beer hug, the neon beer hug, and a couple of other beer hugs. I don't think I've done this one. I may have. I'll have to go back and look. If I have, I'll put the little square up at the end of the video. This is a 9.9% ABV. Big juicy beer hug. Imperial IPA. It's got the government warning and all that kind of good garbage, but it doesn't tell you what it's brewed with or what kind of hops or anything like that. Anyway, we're going to do this today on a Friday's R4U revisit. Let's see what we got here. Big juicy beer hug. Ooh, look at that. I'm not going to pour it as hard this time, maybe. Maybe I can keep the... Last two I've done, I've spilled them out on my dadgum table. We'll stop it right there. Let's see if it's still wanting to mound up. Look at that. It's wanting to spill over. I think I stopped it just in time. I'm not getting any kind of aroma off of it. But look at that. That's a pretty gold brew. Dark gold. Well, man. It looks dark gold here. It looks more of a ruby, almost a amber color on the camera. Whatever. Dadgummit. It don't matter, I don't reckon. But just look at that. Beautiful half and half. I love it, y'all. 4-finger body, 4-finger head. That's just a pretty thing to me. Let's get a taste of that head. I can't get no aroma off of it. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, man. Whoo. That's delicious. Alright, so it says on the can here, full of sunshine and tropical sweetness. Man, I'm getting the tropical sweetness out of the head. Dadgummit, that's good. It's not anything you can put your finger on. Not like a mango or a pineapple or orange or none of that kind of stuff. It's got a tropical fruity flavor in the head. Man, that's good. That is just freaking delicious, y'all. Just the head is just delicious. And if you don't pour head on a beer, you don't get to appreciate that flavor of the head. And most of the time, in my experience, most of the time, the flavor of the head differs from the body. And man, the head of this thing is just absolutely fantastic. It's got fruity notes, tropical fruity notes, but you know, not any particular fruit in mind, just a tropical fruitiness. And it's freaking delicious. Man, that's good. Dadgummit. I've got quite a bit left in the can here. Let's pour some more off in there. Well, still got quite a bit in there. Juicy, big juicy beer hug is what this one's called. And man, it's got a delicious, juicy, tropical flavor in that head. And it's a pretty brew as well. I mean, it looks orange. Dadgummit. I mean, it looks orange on the camera. Kind of looks orange on the camera. I hope it, whatever, it don't matter. It's me looking at the light through the beer. I can't see anything. It's hazy as it can be, but man, it just looks like a beautiful gold on this end, and on the camera it looks freaking orange. Whatever. Anyway, this big juicy beer hug at a 9.9% ABV from Chicago, Illinois, from the Goose Island Brewing Company. This is for all American workers. Hey, brothers and sisters, I love y'all. Thank you for what you do to provide for yourselves and your families, just like I do. Making a living, you know, paying our taxes, doing what we have to do. It's tough out there. And there's a lot of people that don't appreciate the kind of work that we have to go through to make a living. You know, there's some people that freeload off of us. Thank you for what you do, brothers and sisters. Cheers. All right, so man, that flavor, big juicy beer hug. It the name pretty much does it justice. It's got just a juicy tropical note throughout in the head and in the body as well. The body doesn't really taste like a beer. I don't know what it is, probably the hops, but it doesn't tell you what hops are used or anything like that on the dadgum label. I don't think it even gives a website on here that I saw anywhere. It don't. Wait a minute. GooseIsland.com. You can go to GooseIsland.com to get an idea of maybe what this is brewed with. I have not gone to the website. Whatever. Anyway, the beer is delicious. But it's got a fruity, tropical, fruity taste to the head and in the body. And it's just delicious. It doesn't taste like a fruit punch. It's not like that. It's just got a sweetness to it that is derived from the fruit. Of course, it doesn't tell you what kind of damn fruit's in it, or if there's any fruit at all. It may just be the hops providing that flavor. I don't really know. All I know is it's freaking delicious. And it's not boozy. And a 9.9% ABV, you would think it might be a little boozy, but to me it's not boozy at all. It's just got a wonderful dadgum flavor to it. I'm going to swish the can. Of course, that hazed it up just a little bit more. It's going to haze it up real good when I pour this can off in there. Well, might not. I don't know. Can't really tell much difference. Juicy beer hug. Big juicy beer hug. That's what it says. Pretty brew. Looks orange. Orange and hazy on the camera there. It looks more gold here. Hazy and gold on this end, but on that end it looks orange. For whatever reason. Anyway, this is a delicious brew. I picked this up at a convenience store, y'all. You may be able to find it. You may not be able to. If you see this, give it a shot if you ain't never. If you like IPAs, if you enjoy that kind of thing, this is a delicious brew. I'm going to score it an A, man, because it's just freaking delicious. It's easy to drink. It's not boozy. It's a high ABV. And, I mean, this is not, I couldn't drink 2 or 3 of these. It's got a fruity sweetness to it, and I just know my system, y'all. I know what I can tolerate and what I can't. And this is, what is this, a 19.2 fluid ounce can. I mean, I could probably drink another one, but any more than that, I couldn't drink. It's just a little bit too sweet for me to drink more than 2 of them. And I'm not saying it's too sweet. I'm not saying that at all. I just know my system. And this is delicious. It's easy to drink. It's very flavorful with the tropical fruit flavors it has in it. But more than 2 would probably upset my stomach. Give this a shot if you ain't never. It's good brew. I'm going to score it an A. It's just delicious. Easy to drink and just very good. Alright, y'all. That's been a flashback. Friday's R4U, I guess you'd call it that, because I think I've done it before, but I can't remember. Love and appreciate y'all. Cheers. Man, it's just freaking good, man. It's just, it doesn't really taste like ale. It doesn't really taste like beer. It's not boozy. It's not overly powerful or anything like that. It's just freaking delicious.